Hey there, it's CJ Willie, and I'm cracking a pack today. I'm back with pack number 10 of my 1988 Topps Mini Leader box. I'm trying to see how many packs I have to crack to get all 77 cards in the complete set. So I've included a link to the preview video in the description below, which gives an explanation of the set highlights of what I could pull from cracking these packs. So since each pack only has 7 cards, I'll guess which category or categories the player led the league, and then flip over the card to see how good my memory was or how very bad it was from the 1987 season. I've also got my checklist here that will help me keep track of each of the packs that I crack and the progress that I've made. So let's zoom in just a little bit. I am getting closer. I am over probably less than 25 cards away. So the least amount of duplicates in each pack, the better. Sometimes these packs have a hard time opening up. There we go. Okay, so let's get this flipped over and put our spring training fever away and get started. All right, first card is Andre Galarraga. So came up with the Expos, had a fair amount of success early on in his career. Spent about the first 5 years with the Expos, and then signed, if I remember correctly, as a free agent with the Cardinals. He had an awful 1991 season with my Cardinals. Better get this marked off as pack 10 before I forget. After that, he went to the Rockies, and pretty much the rest is history. He had a great remainder of his career with the Rockies and the Braves. He's kind of a borderline Hall of Famer. Didn't make it on the writer's ballot, but eventually I think he will get some love with the Veterans Committee. So my guess with Andres Galarraga, he probably led the league in, I'm going to say, doubles and game-winning RBI, and yeah, that's what I'll go with. Ooh, good thing I called double. He was second, tied for second with 40 doubles, and then 7th in batting average. So he wasn't quite the home run hitter he was when he was with the Rockies yet, or the Braves, but he had a pretty good knack for getting on base. All right, Rick Reuschel, very long distinguished career, spent a number of years with a variety of different teams, Padres, Cubs, ended his career with the Giants. He had an opportunity to pitch in the World Series in '89 as the Giants made it there. My memory of Rick Reuschel was Bo Jackson taking him deep to center field. If I remember right, it was the 1989 All-Star game. Reuschel on this card, my guess, he led the league most likely in wins, complete games. I'm going to go with innings pitched as well. So I was way off. Well, no, I wasn't, because I said complete games. He ranked first in complete games with 12, first in shutouts with 4, 8th in innings with 227, and then tied for 9th with victories. ERA is where he was 4th with a 3.09 ERA. Interesting that they couldn't, because he ranked first in complete games and shutouts, why that wasn't listed in bold. Sometimes the choices that I think Topps made, one with card selection in the Topps Mini Leaders, and then which one they would list as what they led the league in, it's kind of goofy. All right, let's get Rick Reuschel marked off. Okay, next we have Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan, one of my favorite players of all time. I would suspect that he is a favorite player of many fans. Ryan, great history. Came out with the Mets, Angels, Astros, finished up the Rangers, 7 career no-hitters, over 5,000 strikeouts, over 300 wins. 87 was a year that I don't think he had a lot of wins. 86 was the year that the Astros went to the playoffs, but I think in 87 he actually, if I remember right, had a losing record, but I believe he led the league in ERA. Okay, so led the league in ERA. I should remember that he perennially led the league in strikeouts. That's my bad. And then 8th in games started with 34, and 9th in innings with 211 plus. Yeah, his record was 8-16, and he led the league with an ERA. The Astros, aside from their 1986 season, didn't put up the best teams in the world, and Ryan got little if any run support during his 1987 season. So let's get Nolan Ryan marked off. Next, we have Bob Welch with the Dodgers. Came with the Dodgers. Later on, had career success as well with the A's. Went to the World Series with them. He was part of their 88, 89, 90 playoff runs and World Series appearances. Trying to think what he would have led the league in 87. I'm going to go with, let's go with wins and ERA. Let's say those two. So let's flip it over. Wins, he was tied with 15. That was good enough for 5th place. 3rd in strikeouts with 196. 1st in shutouts. 2nd in innings. 4th in games started. 6th in ERA. And 7th in complete games. So after the season, Welch, if I remember correctly, signed as a free agent with the A's. He may have even been traded. I might have to check that out. Unfortunately, Bob Welch passed away just a couple of years ago. So kind of a sad end there. Dwight Gooden, I believe, is a card that we already have. Yes, so a duplicate. Gooden kind of went through, if I remember right, a shortened season in 87. I'm going to say he was a league leader in strikeouts, and let's go with ERA. So ERA, he had a 3.21 ERA, 5th in victories, 3rd in shutouts, 6th in complete games, and 9th in strikeouts. I probably should have went with just ERA only. I couldn't remember about the victories. He only pitched in 25 games that year. Like I said, had a late start to the season with injuries. Right after their 86 World Series team. Okay, so let's get Mark to the other side of Dwight Gooden. And our next to last card is Shane Raleigh. Shane Raleigh, I don't remember too much about. The 87 Phillies, I don't think were a very good team. Steve Bedrosian won the Cy Young Award. With Shane Raleigh, I'm going to guess maybe victories. Let's go with victories and maybe ERA, but I doubt it. Victories. He was 2nd in victories with 17, 1st in games started, and 7th in innings pitched. I think this was Shane Raleigh's career year. He was 17-11 with a high ERA of 4.39. So he may have lucked into a few wins there. Okay, so mark off Shane Raleigh. Final card in the pack is Tim Raines. We'll get Tim Raines marked off. Woohoo, only one double. So we're getting really close to getting this complete set. Raines, Hall of Famer, phenomenal player. He had some great years with the Expos. After that, went to the White Sox and kind of dropped off a little bit career-wise. I'm going to say Tim Raines was a league leader in batting average, runs, and stolen bases. Maybe I'll throw hits in there. So he was number 1 in runs, number 3 in batting average, number 3 in stolen bases, on base percentage, and 4th in stolen bases. He also was 5th in walks. So Raines had a dang good year. 87 was an all-around season. The NL East was pretty strong. I mean, you had the Cardinals that took it. The Mets, bounced back from their kind of World Series win. The Expos were a good team in the mid-'80s. And so Raines was a catalyst or a spark plug for their lineup. All right, so favorite card out of the pack, or what I think is the best card, or probably evokes the most memories, is going to be Rick Rochelle. He made it to the All-Star team in '89, and as I said, he was the starter. He wasn't the fastest pitcher in MLB, and he served up one heck of a meatball to Bo Jackson, and Jackson just took it deep. I mean, I still remember the call. I believe it was Bob Costas. And I can't remember the stadium they were playing in, but it was so deep that it hit the seats that were being covered by a tarp in an all-star game. So Jackson had a tremendous amount of power. Unfortunately, Rick Rochelle was the pitcher that gave up the bomb. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please subscribe and share. Also share with me in the comments what your favorite card or what you thought was the best card in the pack. Until next time when I crack the next pack of 1988 Topps Mini Leaders in my quest to complete the set.